Hey guys, welcome back to Dupli-Color TV. Since the last time I was here, all the bodywork has been done on the El Camino. Obviously the paint booth has been built, and now these guys are ready to lay down the primer, which is the first step of the paint shop process. We are this close to laying down color, so let's go check and see where they're at. I like it. Now I see the bodywork's done. Now what's this right here?
Well, basically what we did some body work. We had some dents we had to fill in, some body filler. And then we got done with that, we sanded it, and then we hit it with filler primer. You can see it's filling in all the sanding scratches there.
Right, so it's a very thick layer of primer.
Yes.
And paint shop goes right over that.
Exactly.
So paint shop pretty much goes right over anything.
Right, except the enamel.
Except enamel.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because paint shop is lacquer.
All right. Now, so you guys are totally like all of your prepped, like you're taped off, you're ready to go. And I see you guys did actually a really good job in taping.
Yeah, because I mean, obviously the reason why we tape it off because we don't want to get paint on areas where we don't want to get paint.
Yeah, and I've done that before where you think you've taped it really good and you didn't, and
right.
you're like, you have little overspray spots, and so taping is highly essential.
Yeah.
Especially considering the work we put in painting the inside of it.
Yeah.
Which I can't wait to see, by the way.
Yeah, it's a little difficult to see through that paper there.
Right?
All right, well, we're finally ready to apply the paint shop. There's a lot of little fine details that we need to take care of before we lay down the paint. Now, what I did was I went through and I blew the entire car off with the air gun. Brian and I went through and wiped the entire car down with the prep spray. One last final thing to do is we need to go and wipe down the entire car with a tack cloth. And what that is it's almost like a sticky rag that wipes all the little lint and any little last bit of dust that you might have missed that picks that up. And whenever painting with paint shop or any bulk paint, you're going to want to use a respirator because it's very important. We do have a filtered system within the paint booth here, but you definitely want to have a respirator. Finally, with the spray gun, we have an HVLP gun here. HVLP stands for high volume, low pressure. So with this gun, you're going to need about 15 to 20 psi to paint, and that's all. A regular conventional spray gun can be used as well with paint shop. With that, you're going to use maybe about 30 to 40 pounds, but it also depends upon the spray gun. So always, you're going to want to spray like a piece of cardboard or some sort of test panel to make sure, and you're going to want to do all your adjustments on that piece of cardboard as well before you start spraying on the body. What else we got to do?
Well, we are in a nice enclosed paint booth. We're keeping all the dust outside, but we are in a warehouse, and the ground that we're on here is a little bit dirty. So what we're going to do is we're going to throw some water down, keep that dust from floating around, because the last thing we want is dust on our paint job.
Yeah, definitely.
So I'm going to go ahead and get started with that. I already started a little bit, but I'm going to finish that up so we can get going.
And I'm going to go mix the paint up.
All right, guys, so the primer's laid down and Brian's in there doing some last minute well, now he's in there doing some last minute tacking, and we're about ready to mix up some color, right?
Exactly, but what I'm not going to do is I'm not going to mix it.
That's right, because there's no reduction required on this process.
Exactly. This is pre-reduced product. You just pour it right out of the can through the strainer into the gun.
Right.
Now you can reduce it if you want with some lacquer thinner or some acetone if it's a little too thick for you, but really it's ready to go.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up this kit here. There are 3 stir sticks, 3 strainers. Shake it up. Go ahead and stir it up with the stir sticks. Pour it into the gun.
All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and start laying down some paint, but a quick technique I want to tell you about. When you spray the paint, when you go down, you're going to start from the top down. So you're going to spray in the fender. Start from here, work to the way to the right. Stop at the break of the panel and work your way back. You're going to want to overlap your color each time so you don't get a lot of stripes. So you're going to slightly overlap so it's even coverage from the top down. You're also going to want to hit all your hard-to-reach areas first so you're not bending over the car and rubbing up your suit against the paint. So I'm going to hit the back side of the header panel first and the back side of the fender first, and then I'll work my way from the top down.
This is a really bright orange. It's totally going to change the entire look of the car. I can't wait to see the final product. So the orange is on, well, it's not as bright as I thought it was gonna be.
It's a real nice subtle orange. I mean, it looks good.
Yeah, and I bet once the black lays down, it'll tone it down even more, huh?
Yeah, it'll look good.
So now the trim is gonna hide that two-tone, right?
Exactly,
Yep.
exactly.
And
We taped it off there.
how long until you can tape it off for the black?
About an hour.
That's it?
Yeah, I mean, it's dry to the touch now, but you don't want to tape on it quite yet.
Okay,
So let
We
that
don't
dry.
want to ruin the paint job we just made.
right. So we have, what, still probably about another 45 minutes?
Yeah, about there, and then we'll hit the black.
You thirsty?
And, yeah, sure.
Let's go.
All right.
Time to do some black.
Okay, well, we do have some tight quarters in here in our paint booth. And unfortunately, when we were painting the door, when we opened it to get the door jamb, our pant leg hit the side of the car here and messed up our paint job slightly. But the great thing about paint shop is we can come in here, sand it down like I did, I used some 600 grit, feathered it out, and then give it a couple hours, and then we can go ahead and paint it again. So I just finished. Brian's gonna get the gun ready, and pretty soon we're gonna paint this again. You'll never even know it was here.
This episode, we took the biggest step of the entire restyling process. The new Paint Shop Orange makes a huge change over the old faded blue. Next episode, we'll be taking the styling up another notch by using Dupli-Color's Paint Shop Metallic Clear and laying on the clear coat. I can't wait to see the final product, and I hope you can't wait either.